morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, July 26th. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Top stories for the day. Wes is going to take us to Island Night at Hard Factor. We're going to celebrate why Puerto Rico is awesome.
Yeah. Viva Puerto Rico.
Viva, indeed. Mark is going to tell us about Jeffrey Epstein getting a little jammed up in jail.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, real hard time for Epstein.
Oh, no.
And then I'll take us to the news buffet of other headlines, get us going west.
All right. So first off, some unfortunate news for Mark. And thank God Pat isn't here to gloat. But the protests in Puerto Rico were very effective. And their governor, Ricardo Rossello, is resigning. Mark, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'm also glad that Pat isn't here. No, I'm just kidding. Congratulations, Puerto Rico. Well done.
Yeah, more like Ricardo Resigno.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
All right. So the U.S. territory has been riddled with turmoil and all-around bad shit following Hurricane Maria, the Category 5 bitch, which struck the island in September of 2017, causing billions in damage and over 3,000 people to lose their lives.
Wow.
Terrible.
That is a lot of people.
Yeah, it was a bad one. However, Puerto Rico's problems began long before Maria delivered the final blow to the island, an island that has been in over a decades-long recession and is $70 billion in debt and basically bankrupt. So they're not in great shape.
Did Resigno have anything to do with that? The bankruptcy?
I mean, he contributed to them not using their funds right.
He didn't help.
He didn't help. He hasn't exactly helped.
Yeah.
So the island has also been riddled with corruption, mismanagement of government funds. And
there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, there he
That's him rearing his ugly head. His misogynist, homophobic, corrupt head.
Yeah. So the citizens have finally had enough and decided to take matters into their own hands and take to the streets, waving flags, ringing cowbells, and likely getting hammered off Bacardi all day long. Just an all-around great protest.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's what you got to do, man. Is like if you're going to have a protest, as we covered many times before, protests in general can be lame. But if you turn it into a block party protest and just tell somebody that you're going to get shit-faced on their front porch until they leave, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
If I'm ever going to get involved in a protest, I want it to be a Puerto Rican protest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a party/protest.
Yeah.
And at the center of their anger is their soon-to-be ex-governor, Rossello, who is scheduled to step down on August 2nd after officially resigning Wednesday. He initially said that he was not going to run again, wouldn't resign, but they got him.
Yeah, didn't he resign on Facebook Live like a chump?
Yeah, it was definitely social media.
Yeah, what a loser.
Yeah, he's a giant piece of shit.
Just a bunch of people like doing the opposite of hearts as it's going up and like calling him a jerk on Facebook Live.
Yeah, that's so bad that you can't even get a camera crew in to do your resignation. You have to do it from your fucking cell phone.
Yeah. In a dark room, like hiding from people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the piece of shit who didn't realize that text chains can sometimes come back to bite you in the ass is realizing that real hard now. As many of his elite members in his inner circle were involved in the text chain that was exposed, and Rossello is being now known as a sexist, homophobic, and unfit leader, as well as many other members that we will get into later.
Yeah, his entire circle was just a bunch of scumbags.
They were scumbags.
Yeah. I feel like I'm scared of our text chains leaking, but I feel like people would just demand that we go to the doctor.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I hope my mom never sees our text.
Now, my phone's been stolen a lot. And then people...
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Good alibi.
There you go. So before the texting scandal, and perhaps something that sparked the massive protests along with these texts that were uncovered, were the corruption charges laid down against two top Puerto Rican officials who apparently redirected over $15 million in government contracts to favored businesses, a.k.a. friends. And when your country is in debt and you need fucking help, the last thing you need is for money to not be allocated to the right places.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure some of that money was donated charity for the hurricane as well.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much all of it, I think.
So that's not good.
Rebuilding, all that shit. So,
Right.
and with hopefully billions of dollars in federal aid coming to the island, citizens said, no, we don't trust these motherfuckers to not do the exact same thing with that money, which is a lot more, so you's gots to go.
Yeah.
Rossello was not named in the corruption indictment, but immediately flew home from, I guess, a vacation or something. And then,
definitely a vacation.
yeah, the guy takes a few vacations.
I somehow have all this extra money all of a sudden to take a vacation.
Yeah, someone CB'd into his yacht and was like, "You need to get home."
Yeah, flew private. And so the offensive texts about women, other politicians, and celebrities came to light, and that was it. So here are some of the greatest hits from the leaked texts by Rossello and other members of his inner circle. They are now referring to these texts as Ricky leaks. Yeah, love it. Get the reference there. So referring to Melissa Mark Viverito, the Puerto Rican-born former speaker of the New York City Council, who criticized Tom Perez, I guess the chair of the DNC. I'm not sure if he still is. But anyway, he backed for backing his support for Puerto Rican statehood, which is a movement that Rossello was championing as his main goal as governor. So he wanted Puerto Rico to become a state. That was his thing. And, she shat on it. So Rossello wrote, "Our people should come out and defend Tom and beat up that whore."
Whoa.
It's aggressive.
Yeah.
That's aggressive.
Yeah. So it's not very nice. I mean, he was upset. He wanted statehood.
No, that's not very nice at all.
Yeah. I get it, but still can't say that as the governor.
Okay. That one's not making me protest yet.
Nope, not yet. We're not protesting yet.
Raising an eyebrow though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely concerned.
You turn around and be like, "What do you say?"
Did he say whore? Is it a thick accent? Does he know the translation?
Of San Juan Mayor Carmen Yulin Cruz, who has been critical of Rossello and is herself bidding for the governor's seat. Christian Sobrino Vega. Sorry to throw all these names out at you, but it's a confusing thing. So Christian Sobrino Vega was Puerto Rico's former chief fiscal officer, and he was Rossello's guy who was on the federal board in charge of handling Puerto Rico's financial crisis, which is a pretty responsible job.
Yeah.
Important job.
Shit. And
You need to be pretty good.
and his right-hand man and best texting buddy, and now they're talking about this San Juan Mayor Carmen.
Yeah, this guy is one of the main offenders of this text chain. So to that, of Cruz, Vega said, "I am salivating to shoot her."
Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. To which Rossello responded, "You'd be doing me a grand favor." So
now you're getting into angry mode.
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've upped it a little bit from the whore calling to the kind of plotting a murder.
Some people are making signs at this point.
Yeah,
And
and
that one.
She's like the leader of the opposition party, which people really love because they want the change. So they insulted her, their baby.
That's like the AOC comment
Right.
with a follow-up being like, "Yes, do it."
Exactly.
Right, except for not from Louisiana cops, from like Trump.
It would be from like Trump's guy to Trump saying, "Yes, do it." Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's
very correct.
bad.
And then another text, the same guy, Christian Sobrino Vega, attacked Ricky Martin's sexual singing. And in Puerto Rico, you just don't attack Ricky Martin. He's the guy.
Do it.
Yeah, he says, quote, "Nothing says patriarchal oppression like Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin is such a male chauvinist that he fucked men because women don't measure up. Pure patriarchy."
Yeah, and we talked about this one on a couple shows ago, but I mean, I'm pretty sure gay men are fans of women. I don't know if it's more of a patriarchy thing. I think they're great shopping buddies.
They like to hang out.
Right, it's just a preference thing.
So I think it's a pretty bad take.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand it, so.
No, he just doesn't understand it, and that's a weird spin, as we mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
So, maybe some people might have been like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." But this is the worst one. And another one that Vega said, and this is just the one that is just inexcusable. When Vega was asked about the budget for forensic pathologists, he responded, quote, "Now that we are on the subject, don't we have some cadavers to feed our crows?"
Wow.
3,000 of them, huh?
Yeah.
From the hurricane?
Yeah.
I mean, that is so fucking unbelievable. Like, could you imagine if the mayor of Louisiana said that after Katrina? Like,
no.
No, he'd be like strung up in the streets. I mean, that's just.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what happened. I mean,
exactly. He deserves it.
You mentioned you went from eyebrow raised to sign making to you're on the streets screaming until he's out.
Yeah, you're cowbelling his ass to death.
That's a cowbell scenario.
Yeah.
That text is an immediate cowbell until he's out.
Yeah, a family member of someone who died is going to beat the shit out of
Which
this guy.
in Puerto Rico, when there was 3,000 and the amount of area that got hit, there's like 1 degree of separation between you and someone you know that was affected.
Oh, everybody knows somebody that dies on the island.
Every single person had someone close to them affected.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane to make that statement.
Yeah, it's fucking absurd. So, and Rossello was there for all of them on this chain, laughing and thumbs upping and hearting them probably. So he's out. The protest worked, and it's a great day for Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, the person who will immediately be taking the seat is a close ally of Rossello. Her name is Wanda Vasquez. She just inherited protest.
She's in trouble.
Yeah, and the people are already calling for her to resign. So.
She's like, give me a chance. You can't even hear her. Just
a
chorus of
too many cowbells.
Yeah. She needs to walk out like Wes at that morning at the bagel shop. Just like, line's too long. Out of here.
10 years ago when we were doing sketch comedy, Wes showed up to a bagel shop to supplement some income, and he got there at 6 a.m. and the line was out the door because it was a popular bagel shop, so he just didn't go into work.
Just pretended like you were a patron and the line was too long.
This is a scenario where you might not want to take the job here.
Didn't even ask for the manager. right back to bed.
I'm just going to hand you the shirt back.
Yeah. So, I sense this is going to be going on, more protests. I don't know if it's a special election or whatever it is, how they do it, but we'll keep you posted.
Cowbell industry's booming there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wes, I think we were living together at that time, and I woke up and like you were not at work, and I was like, "What the fuck happened?" We just got high as shit. And,
I already quit.
That was the day.
Watched our roommate's giant TV.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Craigslist.
Yeah. So going to the internet, Lita Colazo says, "Así es como se saca a un incompetente del poder. Arriba Puerto Rico.
Woo!
Hicimos historia." And for those of you who are not Beto out there, this is how you get an incompetent from power. Up Puerto Rico, we made history.
You got that right there.
Pretty
Pretty impressive. Party on Puerto Rico. Well, I'm drinking out of the pineapple cup for him. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, fellas. Cheers. You got to love it. Puerto Rico made it happen. They were pissed off. They made it happen. That was a much more fun, full recap of a story than the Mueller report. Thank you, Wes.
Yeah. And you know what? Let's keep it with the theme. I have another heartwarming story for you. Human piece of garbage Jeffrey Epstein almost got off easy yesterday, as it was reported that he was found semi-conscious in the fetal position of his New York City jail cell with markings on his neck.
It's like me after a breakup.
Yeah, but I don't want it to happen to you. I'm happy it happened to Epstein.
You're right.
It is uncertain if it was an attempted suicide, a gang rape assault, or the act of one prison cellmate that couldn't wait to get his hands and meat all over the accused pedophile, sex trafficking, Ponzi scheme orchestrating, fleshy bullseye Epstein. But may I be the first to say, I hope it was a combination of all the above. I don't know how I get in touch with the prison's commissary, but I would like to offer some money to buy him thicker sheets.
Yeah, or some just some rope.
Yeah,
so you want him to off himself?
I'm being kind of funny. I'd rather him just get tortured for the rest of
his life. Right, I feel like jail's better. In the Gen Pop.
Maybe like thick sheets that break away after 20 seconds.
He's got a lot of sick motherfuckers that he can bring to light.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I'm drinking rum out of a pineapple cup, as I mentioned earlier, right now, and he's never going to sleep comfortably ever again. No. So great. Fuck him.
Well, he might get to cuddle with somebody, but he'll have to give it up first.
He's not gonna spoon any more 14-year-old girls. That's for sure.
No, he'll be Little Spoon forever from now on.
No, he's not. He's never power. Never again. It's still, like I said, we don't know what's going on. I'm sure I'll tell you when we find out more information. But 2 sources in the prison told news that Epstein may have tried to hang himself. A third source cautioned that the injuries were not that serious and questioned if Epstein might be using it as a way to get to a transfer. So they said it was a fake.
Yeah,
I'm big on that because he did get moved.
Yeah, well, that's 1 out of 3. The 4th source said an assault was likely and that another inmate was questioned. So 2 suicides, 1 he's faking it, 1 assault. The
combo of 2 and 3.
Yeah, the inmate that has been questioned is his cellmate or blockmate, Nicholas Tartaglione, who is an ex-Westchester County police officer who was a dirty cop arrested in 2016 and accused of killing 4 men in an alleged cocaine distribution conspiracy he was involved in, and then burying them in his backyard. Okay.
That's quite a charge.
Yeah, so it sounds
nice resume.
Yeah, so it sounds like Epstein is the toughest, craziest Italian bastard within a 1,000-mile radius within arm's assaulting distance of him for the rest of his pathetic existence.
Right, yeah. So this ex-cop is on the block with Epstein, put there by the prison system That does not seem like an accident.
No, I don't know, Will. I think that it's just random, and that every cellmate has potentially been a 4-time murdering ex-cop.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they picked like 8
with
of the
with
worst.
an Italian last name. I'm
Picked
sure.
like 8 of the worst guys and
Out
just
of a
drew them
hat?
out of a hat. Yeah, exactly.
Castiglione.
Yeah, there he is.
You're with
Hat
Epstein.
game for Epstein's cellmate.
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Tartaglione was so pumped when he won that game.
God. Epstein's in trouble. The attorney for Tartaglione denied all the claims that his client attacked the financier, saying his client and Epstein get along just fine. Of course he said that. He added Epstein was seen today and appears to be just okay. He's okay. He said they're in the same unit and doing well. This guy's name is Bruce Barkett.
Bruce Barkett.
He also said...
Does he host the game show?
Yeah, Tartaglione might have a... He said any claim Tartaglione assaulted Epstein is just not true. Barkett then went on to say that Tartaglione and Epstein have been palled up, and they're both complaining about conditions inside the prison, including flooding, bad food, and sighting of rats.
And then my cellmate beats the shit out of me.
Yeah, sighting of rats. So yeah,
No
Barkett
kidding.
says
There,
Barkett's
no kidding.
the
There.
conduit for Tartaglione.
Yeah.
And he just
Okay.
listen to that rat comment
Yeah.
as we take it to the internet pundits.
Yeah. Also, before we go to the internet, of course they're partnered up because Epstein has to hold Tartaglione's pocket all day.
Yeah, they're partnered up because everyone. Yeah, let's just get to the internet. All right, Rhonda RL says pedophiles never do well in prison. I don't want him to die. There's too many people he can implicate. He needs to spend his life in jail. Death is too good for him.
I agree with
So
that.
Rhonda RL is kind of like what we've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like the theories we've been talking about. Now let's take it to at NBC New York, who says anybody else getting a serious mob vibe from this story? Maybe some powerful people want to silence Epstein from outing them.
Yep.
Interesting.
Agree with that one too.
Interesting. So maybe Tartaglione, the mob dirty cop who will kill you and bury you in his backyard, was hired by I don't know any other billionaire that has that Epstein's been holding dirt over and like a pedophilia sex over for the past 20 years, because he just has now the most powerful enemies in the world. He just basically is in jail with all the keys to like the Illuminati secrets.
Right. Yeah.
Like
There's hundreds or hundreds of people walking around with just poison pills in their pocket.
Tartaglione's been literally positioned in there to rape him and torture him and if he has to kill him if he ever says anything about anything.
Right.
Yeah, Tartaglione owns Epstein at this point. But the thing was, Epstein did get transferred, right? He got transferred to the suicide wing.
Sure he did. Yeah, for a day.
Yeah. Tartaglione is going to find his way in there.
Yeah, Tartaglione is gonna be the doctor in the suicide. He's gonna wake up and see him in with a fake doctor's outfit. round 2.
Nicholas? Yeah,
Shit.
fuck that guy.
All right, let's take it over to the news buffet. First up, 16 U.S. Marines were arrested at Camp Pendleton in Southern California on Thursday on human smuggling and drug charges. So basically what happened, not great. Bad headline for the Marines. Basically what happened, a bunch of Marines got caught up in smuggling immigrants across the border, the U.S.-Mexico border, and just also happened to be involved in drugs. So it's not like it's a drug human trafficking ring. It's just like they were sneaking people over the border. They also do drugs.
Well, when you're gonna be sneaking people over the border all night and staying up all night, you need to be on like meth and coke. Like,
Yeah.
that's a long trek.
It's like an ecstasy cigarette ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to want some uppers on that. Yeah. And this came right after a San Diego-based SEAL team, also the Navy, got their mission in Iraq cut short for drinking too much.
Nice.
So lots of partying going on in the Navy right now.
Ever in shape or tough enough to join the SEAL team, I would have been influencing or part of that.
Yeah. That sounds like an awesome SEAL team, though.
Yes,
absolutely. They're getting in trouble for like bonding. Okay.
It sounds like just a bunch of Jesse Venturas from Predator.
They're at Top
Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah, exactly. they're at the Iraq Topgolf. Also, the Navy drove a warship through contested waters in the Taiwan Strait to fuck with China. So Navy is also apparently on Island Celebration Week right now, just like us.
Navy's killing it, doing well. Not great for the Marines. Not great.
Well, they're kind of part of it, aren't they? The Marines are like part of the Navy.
No, the Marines are the Marines.
Their own thing.
The Marines are the Marines.
We got to ask Chaps and Cons.
I think Marines,
Marines,
SEALs,
Army,
Navy,
Navy, Air Force.
Chaps, Cons, Kate, let us know.
Coast
We don't
Guard.
know.
Yeah.
We'll
Zero
bring 'em
Block
on.
30 is going to
We'll
have to weigh in on that.
Yeah.
Maybe they know what actually happened
Zero
there.
Block 30. Check it out.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next up in Europe. It was 108 degrees in Paris on Wednesday, and that's the hottest day ever there by 4 degrees, which is pretty intense.
That's a big,
Sacre
difference.
bleu.
Yeah, Sacre Bleu, big jump.
Big jump.
No gentlemen.
And I know a lot of you like us, especially the Texas guys, are probably thinking 108, not a huge deal. That happens all the time on this side of the pond, but the French are not having it. Apparently, the heat wave has caused them to abandon their terraces full of red wine and cigarettes to go inside for a bit of water and AC.
Yeah. It's hot enough to bake a croissant on the hood of a car.
While smoking a cigarette. Right. Yeah. Well, 108's like a 2-boxer day. That's all it is. 2-boxer Wednesday.
Yeah,
Not a big deal.
For sure.
Yeah, you stay in your box. That's what I'm saying. I know what the hard factor response is in this situation. You put on no sunscreen, grab a case of beer, and head out to the patio for chain smoking. That's kind of what the hard factor response is. But in France, this is serious business and is reminding the country of the 2003 heat wave that killed 15,000 people in France. So that's bad.
It wasn't like a hurricane. It was just heat.
Heat. 15,000 people died from a heat wave.
They just don't drink water there?
Their blood is like maple syrup.
It's
like
just wine and
that's how
cigarettes?
dehydrated they are. Yeah.
Those like
We probably will die today.
those hay piss public places with just no water, piss in there just must stink so bad.
Oh,
right now.
those urinals like on the
Urinals,
side of the street. Oh God.
We've got football players, 17-year-old football players doing 2-a-days, and they have 15,000 people dying in this weather?
I know, it's weird, right? It's weird. I guess we're accustomed to it. Anyways, Godspeed to France. Hope they stay cool. We don't want 15,000 people dying.
Please
again.
don't die, French people.
Yeah, just go drink your water.
Take the vest off.
Yeah, Speaking of 2003, Bill Barr brought back the federal death penalty for the first time since 2003 because of course he did. Bill Barr is no nonsense, so he's going to start killing people again for federal crimes.
All right, so tell me what the difference between like federal death penalties so they can just.
So I would assume, and we might need our intern lawyer to weigh in.
And we need Cam to tell us, but basically the federal government now can exercise the death penalty.
Override the states. Like right now there's like 10 to 12 states like Texas.
Well, no, when you have a
Florida,
multi-state,
right.
like
if you have crimes in multiple states, and wherever you're like sent to go like face the judge, if it's such horrible crimes, the federal government can say, state, we're killing them.
Oh wow.
Well, I don't know if it's over.
I don't to like DC. I don't even know, but
I don't know if it's overriding a state or if it's just the fact that if you are convicted of a federal crime that's worthy of the death penalty.
There you go.
Federal murder.
You're right, because that's why Epstein got off easy from that Miami scumbag who's now in the cabinet.
Yeah.
He made it a state crime instead of federal crime. When it becomes a federal crime, now the government can
That's
kill
what
you.
it is. We figured it out.
Talk through it.
We kind of did. Cam, you're going to need to text. You're going to need to tweet.
60% correct.
Cam, tweet and correct us tomorrow, please. Finally, in Jasper, Arkansas, a rogue rooster has been terrorizing the town for over a month, and the town council just doesn't know what to do.
You gotta be kidding me.
Are you kidding me?
Arkansas.
Rogue rooster.
What is it, a 20-foot rooster?
I don't think so. We'll get into
Is it
it.
a mechanical rooster? Is it a Boston Dynamics rooster?
I don't think you'll see why in the minute in the quote.
T1 cockadoodle.
Yeah.
They're planning to draft an ordinance next month, because I guess you wouldn't want to hurry about this, to do something about the rooster. Jasper Mayor Jan Larson, she said he wouldn't want to hurry. Oh, wait. He attacks them and scratches. It would be all right if you were young enough to kick him, but some people are older and could fall. We can't let people get hurt because of an errant rooster.
Sounds like something you should wait a month to do.
Right. Let's hold off till next month.
Do they only have one rooster? Are the other roosters like cool? And this
No, they said they have more chickens. It's just that this is the one rooster.
He's killed them all.
Yeah. He dominates. He's the alpha.
He's killed them all. This is almost a soft corner for Jasper, Arkansas.
This is absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a total soft corner. Because, Jan, maybe you could just have a nice fucking chicken dinner this weekend. How about that?
Yeah, just step on it.
Yeah. And that does it for Hard Factor this week. Don't forget to sign up for the premier political gambling website on the internet at predictit.org/promos/hardfactor20. Remember, go to that URL because that gets you $20 matched on your first deposit at PredictIt. And this site is fucking incredible.
I think it's promo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it promo?
Promo.
I don't think.
I thought it was promos.
No,
well,
promo.
either way.
Either way, try both.
If you don't get the $20 match, don't sign up.
Yeah,
No, it'll tell you. It'll tell you when you're signing up. If I told you wrong, try that without the S. But whatever. I laid down a bet for the first time with them today, and the site is immaculate. You need to get in there before the debates because you can bet on props before Tuesday and Wednesday for the debates and watch the shit show with us and PFT. It's going to be awesome. Yep. And I just got to say, like, I'm very impressed with PredictIt. I like to gamble.
We already got one prop bet for the debate next week approved. That is our prop bet. We're gonna have more. We have the evergreen come up with markets. It's amazing. Eventually, we're just gonna probably have our own page there.
Right. So if you guys have lines that you want added, DM us.
DM us, and we'll get them sent over.
Tag us the bets you've made. Show us what's going on.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's really fun. And hopefully we all walk away from the debates a little heavier in the pocket. You know what I'm saying?
I think we will.
That'll be a good time. Thank you for listening, as always. Don't forget to follow us at Hard Factor News on Twitter and Instagram. Drop us a 5-star review on iTunes if you like the show. And most importantly, go have yourself a great fucking weekend.
Viva Puerto Rico!
Woo!